Hello, my name is Waldo Perez. I'm here to talk about lithium and to talk about one of the best lithium projects that are available today in the market. Lithium is the next wave. Most analysts consider that in the next 10 years, the lithium market that is today 350,000 tons per year will have to become about 1.2 million tons per year in order to be able to meet the demand that is available, that is required by electrification of transportation. In order to achieve that, that is to triple lithium production in 10 years, we need to put in production every known lithium project in the world. That's really a big challenge. Like no project can go bad. No project should go not financed. Everything has to be in production and be in line to be able to triple production in 10 years. However, Tesla, only 2 weeks ago, has announced that only them will require 2.5 million tons of lithium carbonate for their own production. And they are not the largest consumer of lithium carbonate, and they are not the largest company in making batteries. Yet, just alone, they claim that they will need double than the whole market could potentially be in 10 years. That will create a very significant structural deficit in the demand. As a matter of fact, just to have an idea, this graph is showing you here is the deficit, which is in the negative bars here. In order to meet Tesla's demand, the world will require to have in production in 10 years 80 mines like Neolithium 3Q. So very clear there is a strong pressure in demand. Actually, in the next year to 2021, there's going to be a market imbalance, and that imbalance will continue growing depending on the penetration of electric cars that so far has been very strong. Let me show you now about our project. We have invested over $40 million already. We have discovered this deposit only 4 years ago, and in 4 years, we have completed our resource, our reserve estimations, pre-feasibility. The strategic partner is in place, and this is very important, with the final feasibility soon to complete and a final financing discussions ongoing. So let me tell you more about the 3Q project. The location of the project is in the southern end of the Lithium Triangle. That concentrates about 40% of the global production and more than 90% of the brine world resource. The 3Q project is owned, and the salar is owned entirely by us. This is a big difference with respect to most other projects that are actually owned in the same salar with different property owners or sometimes different mines in production. This is the only project that is completely owned by a single company. And this is very important at the time of developing, permitting, extraction permits, and all that. This project is very well located along a corridor that connects the railroad of the Atlantic to the highway to the Pacific. So it's a project that have excellent access infrastructure. 3Q is the third highest grade lithium brine project in the world, with measured and indicated resource of over 4 million tons, inferred resource of 3, and proven and probable reserve of 1.3 million tons. It's actually the 6th biggest project worldwide. Our project has been planned with a mine life of 35 years, and the average grade over the first 10 years are going to be over 1,000 milligrams per liter lithium. And it's important to point out that the depth of the resource goes down over 600 meters, but the reserve have only been estimated over the top 100 meters. We have plenty of blue sky here. We have already completed our study with a proven processing system that in the salar goes from the extracting the wells, evaporation ponds, crystallizer, and goes to the city in Fiambala, where actually lithium carbonate battery grade is produced. All this is already on site, already built at pilot scale, which is about 1 in 600, and it's operating. So our processing is proven. Okay. We have completed our pre-feasibility study that shows extremely good financial basis for this project. with an after-tax net present value of over $1 billion with 8% discount rate. We also have an internal rate of return of over 50%. And we only require $320 million to build this project. So relatively speaking, is low cost. This is thanks to the high grade that allow low capital expenditures. Our cash operating cost, which is going to be less than $3,000 a ton, is actually one of the lowest in industry. And let me show you then here. This is actually the capital expenditure comparison with other projects. 3Q, analyzed by an external company like Rothschild that is doing financial analysis, this project is actually the lowest CapEx requirement in the entire industry. We require about $16,000 per ton of production CapEx to actually be in production. Our project, Tres Quebradas 3Q, is also the lowest operational cost project worldwide. This is also analyzed by a consultant, and it's very interesting that we have the lowest CapEx and the lowest OpEx of all known brine projects worldwide. We have signed recently an agreement with a strategic investor. They become our shareholder, acquiring 8% of our company shares at actually a premium, 30% premium to the market. CATL is an extremely important company. It's actually the biggest battery manufacturer in the world. CATL is building batteries for cars, and they have an agreement with Tesla, with Toyota, with Honda, with Mercedes. It's actually the premium battery manufacturer worldwide. And they have signed an agreement with us where they actually acquire a portion of our shares, and we are going to carry on together a feasibility study. It is very important because that feasibility study has to be fit or set up for the quality that is required by the battery manufacturers. So being in partnership with a battery maker, which is actually the premium battery maker in the world, is actually very important for a company like us and make us fairly unique in the entire lithium market. Okay, we believe that our shares are really undervalued. There is a great opportunity here. As a matter of fact, when you analyze the price to net asset value, our company is today one of the best acquisitions that you can make. When you see our capital structure and what research coverage is talking about us, they agree with us. So people that have studied our company and have a lot of experience in this show that our company is actually undervalued, and there is still a very good potential here. With only 120 million shares, 35% institutional ownership, and about 10% insider ownership, this is actually a company that is heading to is heading to production and is heading to be a big success. So, Neolithium, why to invest in Neolithium? We will be the next major lithium producer. We have a project that has one of the highest grade projects in the world, very low impurities in the brine, large resource and reserve with blue sky. We are using a very simple evaporation process. We have very strong economics shown by our preliminary feasibility study. We own 100% of the project, and we own 100% of the salar. This is one of the few salars that is completely owned by one single operator. And we have CATL, a top-rated strategic partner with an experienced financial and technical team. Thank you very much.